We're Christians, but we live life by the red letters. We believe that Black Lives Matter. We are pro-choice, and we are unapologetically 100% allies, supporters to the LGBTQIA plus community, and that will never change.
Yeah.
We're like radical progressive.
Yeah.
Hear me out, you little...
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Recording. The mics, they're recording. Your mic, the recording. Mic check. Do a mic check.
Hello.
Hello, mic check. And the cameras. Camera 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're good.
Okay. Clap her out.
I think we're good. Clap her out. 1. 2. Fuck is that?
Sam making a protein shake.
Sounds like he's hosting bingo. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Welcome to... Okay, so hear me out. You're joined by Caitlin and Wink Yahoo.
And Riley Roo.
And Riley Roo. Who's, she's a little under the weather this week. She's doing pretty good for someone that just had minor surgery.
That's not minor surgery. She had a full hysterectomy, bro.
Oh, but when I got my balls chopped out, it was minor surgery.
You didn't get your balls chopped out. You had a little piece, and I have a picture of it to prove it.
I'm surprised you didn't keep it.
I tried. They wouldn't let
trying
me.
to name it. Hello. Hello.
George.
Welcome to episode 12. This is
Almost halfway there.
Yeah.
Episode 30's last episode, guys. I don't know if Dave told you that or not.
That's when it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the rate we're going, it's going to take till 2026 to get there.
Yeah.
So, look, you see? The mouse is gold and bigger. So now I should be able to find it anytime I need to. Probably can't see it on there, though. That's fine. As long as I can see it.
As long as you can see it, that's all that matters.
Okay, so...
Comments. Let's do it.
You want to get right to the comments? Or you want to...
Well, you ask me that every episode.
Well,
and
we
we
started school today.
We'll talk about that after. And I didn't start school today.
Then what the fuck were you doing?
Orientation.
That's school.
No, trust me, it was not. Continue.
All right, fine. Let's do the comments. We should have like a little jingle. Comments. Get to the fucking comments. We got a lot. There's like 12.
Oh my good God. So half the episode.
Basically.
Let's do it.
All right. First one comes from Sarah O'Brien. Superstar Sarah. She says, yes, this is... Oh, because we were talking about pain tolerance. And how you stub your toe and you don't realize it till like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yes, this is probably why I can get tattooed in normally very high pain areas and not feel anything. Like my ribs, twice outlining, once to cover up mistakes. And another 8-hour session in color alone. Fell asleep every time. Fell asleep getting tattooed. Now that's something. Sober. It relaxes me. So yeah, I have heard ADHD can make people feel pain in different ways. Man, we are a whole ball of shagged up. But if you can handle all their weird quirks, we dang well worth it. Yeah, I guess you're worth it. What do you for tattoos? I know your back was pretty bad. But it was a lot of scar tissue.
Yeah,
right?
so all of my tattoos except for my back tattoo. My back tattoo is also huge.
Yeah.
It's literally across the size of my back with a Bible verse. So, and it was a cover-up of a very terrible tattoo that was done. And it was 5.5 hours of blackout.
Yeah.
Straight blackout. So I physically... Chris, the guy who did the tattoo, was felt so bad because I was crying.
Yeah.
Like I was in so much pain. But that was really the rest of them. I'm like, are you wet? Are you done? Like, you're done? What do you mean you're done? Like, what do you mean? And even because I've got, you've probably seen it on other episodes, I've got my half sleeve of leopard print done. And right up on my armpit where he would tattoo it, and then he would put the gun into the ink, and I'd be like, ow. And he's like, I was there 5 minutes ago, Caitlin. Yeah. So anyway. So
it's almost comparable to Buddhist monks when they meditate and separate their minds from the pain. And then they lie on beds of nails and shit, and they don't feel it because they can completely separate their minds from it.
Yeah.
So that's technically what you're doing, and just in a fucked up
I don't
sense.
think we're doing it consciously, though.
No, you're just like...
It just happens.
Did I leave the stove on? What do I have
Where's
to
my
iron
birth
today?
certificate?
Yeah. Shit
How
like
many
that.
loads of laundry do I need to do?
But hey, whatever. It's a superpower. I'll take it. Wish I had it. Not really, though. Sounds
No,
like
you do not.
Sounds like pure nightmare bullshit. Thanks, Sarah, for that one.
Love you, Sarah.
This one was a comment on TikTok. I think it was TikTok. Nine. I'm a be honest. If he's that... Oh, this is about me being in the kitchen.
If he's that big and this wouldn't that still make it your fault if he bumps you while turning? He's big, so wouldn't it be right to just give a bit?
Yeah, like you're not going to cut off a semi unless you're stupid. Wide load approaching.
Why do I have to adjust to your size? I don't fucking know. Whatever. You know what? Nine, you're right. Sure.
Why do you have to adjust? What is this whole podcast? Me adjusting to you. And I'm doing a pretty damn good job.
It's not about you.
It's a little bit about me. This is about the food. Evan says, your wife's gaslighting you, brother. Stand strong, gentlemen. We shouldn't have to take this kind of treatment from women. It's in their DNA, for fuck's sakes.
There's only one gaslighter in this marriage, and it is you.
Yeah,
you gaslight the shit out of me all the time.
The only gaslighting going on here is when I go to the gas station and light a fucking match.
Oh, yes, bye.
Because I'm done. Lori says, I feel this in my soul. Adam will cook, and I'll say, nah, I'm good. But then we'll grab a fork and have some once it's on a plate.
Yeah.
So most of the comments seem to be about the food. We struck a chord there. When a man...
Is this going to be the pillow thing again? Like, is this going to be like the pillow
towels?
saga? The towels, I mean? The towel saga?
Possibly.
Okay.
It's getting some traction. Amanda Dake, 13. Gotta agree with Dave on this one. Can confirm that living with Caitlin is indeed the biggest adventure.
Oh, I know who this is. Oh, yeah. Yes, she can confirm because she has...
Stories?
Oh, she's got so many.
Do you want to share one?
Okay, so... Amanda, I love you so much. So I was living in St. John's. Then I moved back from St. John's because St. John's clearly did not work out for me. And so I moved back to Deer Lake from St. John's, and I was living in like a 1-bedroom apartment. And I had a dog, me and my ex Jason, got a dog together. Her name was Bella. And I couldn't have my dog in this apartment. So I was like literally having to drive to Pasadena, 20 minutes away, every weekend to go spend time with her because I wasn't allowed to have her in my apartment. So Amanda was renting my childhood home, the house that I grew up in on 3rd Avenue.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me this.
Yeah, it became the After Party Central. It was called 13 Third. So her and I, we were all out at the bar one night, and we were just kind of sitting around and just having a few drinks, and it wasn't anything wild. And she was like, I have a 3-bedroom house, and I'm living there by myself because her and her, at the time, boyfriend had split. So she was like, I'm literally like, why don't you come live with me? You can bring Bella, and then we'll just, you know what I mean? We'll live together. And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. We went to school together. We knew each other really well. Man. So, here's one story. So we wanted to do, I was working, obviously managing, supervising, whatever you want to call it, at Langer's, which is a bar back home in Deer Lake owned by Darren Langdon.
Every bar back home is named after somebody's last name.
So it's named after Darren Langdon because he owns it, and Darren Langdon was in the NHL.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he was like played for the Rangers, and I don't know. I don't really remember because whatever. Anyway, I was a Toronto fan. And him and I just kind of butted heads all the time. Anyway, so I got to know the beer reps really well, and the Bud Light rep, the Labatt guy, or no, it's not Labatt. Holy, yes, it is. Bud Light is Labatt, is it?
Bud Light is
Under Molson?
No, it starts with an A. Abishamber.
Oh, sure. Anyway, the Bud Light rep came in, and I was like, because he was talking about how people had campsites sponsored at Salmon Fest by Bud Light. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, yeah. He was like, we sponsor your campsite. We give you cases of beer to give out to people, and we pay for your campsite. But these are the rules. And I was like, what if I wanted to have a party sponsored by Bud Light? He was like, we can totally do that. So our buddy Andrew was getting ready to move back to Fort McMurray, and we were like, wanted to do this big going away party. So we did like a Bud Light party. We got like t-shirts and all these things, and just the night ended up with like, we had like a trampoline in the backyard. And we were, oh man. Anyway, we put like water and stuff on it, and then if you literally go on, it's on the pictures are on my Facebook. It's wild. We were like dancing on coffee. We ended up always dancing on coffee tables, on the kitchen counters. I would literally everybody would leave by like 7 a.m. and I'd have to like mop our floors before going to bed, because if not, you wouldn't be able to walk because your feet would just stick to the floor. Like our house was packed every night after the bar.
Something about chicks in Newfoundland when they're drunk, they always dancing on coffee tables. Wile E. Coyote Ugly.
I was very well known. I actually got in trouble at the bar that I worked at because I used to get up on the pool table with my stilettos. And I got in like so much. My dad, I love you, Daddy, was home. It was actually for a buddy's funeral. And we, instead of doing like, the funeral was like 45 minutes. And then we did like a massive party at the bar for him. So we all started drinking at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. There's probably about 100 people who are out for this. And my dad is outside the side door having a smoke, and it's like 5 p.m, but to us it's like 2 a.m. because we'd been drinking all day already, doing shots and just fucking whatever. Yep. And my dad walks in and looks up, and I'm like on the pool table, and he's like, just shakes his head and like puts his head down and walks away. And I was like, I should probably get off the pool too. Like, my dad's here. Anyway, those were the good old days.
I'm gonna have to.
But yeah, Amanda and Amanda's got she's got some stories for
Thanks,
sure.
Amanda, for that. I can't wait to hear more. I would pay good money to watch you on a trampoline.
That was a dirty comment in case anybody didn't catch that.
Well, we're married. This is one from T-Lin. So she commented while she was watching the last one. I'm with you on this one. Yes, we are all underpaid. Minimum wage does not account for this inflation, but there is still no way in hell that it makes sense that me as a bartender in a strip club makes $15 an hour while the teachers in EA teaching my special needs son that has learning disabilities only makes $3 more an hour than me. It's absurd. What the fuck?
That's reminding me to post on TikTok. I told you I have alarms for everything, because if not, I forget.
Pull your TikTok out. It's actually sad. The defeat on the lady's face in the office when I walked my son in Tuesday morning literally broke my heart. They deserve so much. My son's pretty easy, but he still has special needs and disabilities that greatly affect him. And he's just one of their students in these huge classrooms. I couldn't imagine multiple students like him and more in need, disabled, etc. All just to make peanuts and have to buy everything for the classrooms on top of student loan debt. Utterly heartbreaking. Also, come on, Dave, making extra food and bringing stuff home from the store is a must when you're in a relationship.
Yep.
Even if a woman says they're good, you gotta do it. It's girl logic. Also, yay for kangaroo. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Haha, sorry, Dave. The wife will always win in the animal department, too. Good luck, Riley Roo, at your spay. I hope it goes well for her. It did go well, I think. Didn't it?
Yeah, it went really well. Okay, so let's go up to the top here, because, I mean, this is going to be a topic we're going to talk about.
So for a while.
Yeah, I'll...
Because we didn't... There was
Yeah, okay, well... okay, so here's the thing. We recorded last Sunday.
Yeah, literally an hour after.
An hour after we recorded the last podcast, an email was sent out to all parents stating that the strike, or this was Monday.
From the school board.
From the school. There was an email came out Monday night from the school board stating that the strike was on hold for 30 days. They had whatever they had brought in, the DBI or whatever it's called.
Department of Labor.
Yeah, no, just wait. Just hold on, because they didn't explain it that way.
Oh, no. That's not what the email said.
This is what I'm talking about. Okay. So the email stated that they basically found this little loophole that's going to bring the EAs and the support staff into school so that it doesn't interrupt anything. Students can all go to school. They made it sound very, very
on level,
and like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
They left third-party arbitration.
Yeah. So what happened was this. The EAs, support staff, janitors, all of them got the email the same time we did.
They found out when we did.
They found out at the same time. And it was not the education board that stepped in. It was the labor board.
Yeah.
The labor board said, no, you are not doing this. And they stepped in. Dirty fucking move, because the labor board is supposed to be for the people. They're supposed to be like HR. HR is supposed to be for the people, for the employees. And it's not like that in most cases.
No. HR is rats.
I learned very quickly in my job in retail that HR is not for the people. They will protect the company through and through.
Yep.
But what bothers me the most out of this is the labor board is who stepped in and said, nay, and used a loophole that has not been used in over 10 years.
To stop a fundamental
the fundamental right of working Canadians at their right to a peaceful protest, because we have that right in Canada. So they took that right away. It is in our Constitution, or whatever we call it, our Bill of Rights. Our Constitution. It's in our Bill of Rights that you are allowed to do this. As people, humans who are working, we are allowed to stand up for ourselves. And the labor board, the one area that is 100% supposed to be for the employee, fucked them over purposely, knowing full well what they were doing.
Yeah.
Now, I also got more information about this strike that will upset a lot of people, because if you don't know anybody in the union, you wouldn't know this.
Yeah.
There is no negotiation coming from the education board, from the government. They want to reduce their wages. They don't want to meet in the middle. So what they want to do
they want to go lower
is they want to take the starting wage of an EA. So in the public school district, it's $20 an hour, I think, is where it starts. 20 to 22, I think. They want to make the starting wage for an EA in the public school district lower, and then do a 10%, 10 to 20% is their negotiation, somewhere in the middle of that, cut on wages. Custodians in the public school district make $35,000 a year.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's a custodian. So EAs, I think, are at about the same, like maybe a little bit more. I think they're at 45, I think is what EAs make a year. Now, the Catholic school board, they make less. So they're the ones who are sitting at the about $18 to $20 mark, $20 an hour mark. So not only do they not want to hear what these people have to say, they want to take from them not only wages, babe. They want to take fucking holidays.
Yeah.
They're saying, you guys have too many stats. They want to take National Truth and Reconciliation Day from them.
Yeah.
Which legally they can, because it's as per the company for that day. That one's not made a federal because we didn't get it either.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of other ones that are actual stats that they're like, you guys don't need them. You're EAs. You don't need these stats, which is illegal because it's a federal holiday. So they're trying to literally destroy the people who are holding our school together.
And why are they doing it? Why the fuck are they doing it?
Because they want to keep people dumb.
Also, because the conservative government is trying to what?
They want to privatize education.
You motherfuckers! I've been saying it for years.
So they want to have chartered schools.
Yes,
is what they want. So that is the fight that we are fighting right now.
Schooling the government doesn't pay for, and they can use companies and privatize school and education. So the companies make all the fucking money, and the government can say hands off. Yeah. And they can get...
They're no longer responsible for it, and they don't have to pay for it, so there's more money in the government's pocket.
And they don't have to take the shit
yes.
when the syllabus and the curriculum looks fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
By design.
So it's like, if there was ever a time that I'm asking, like that I'm saying, like we need to support these people. Like it's huge. This is such a big deal. And so here's the thing. Neither one of our kids have EAs. They don't need extra support in school. They're both very self-sufficient. They don't have learning disabilities. Sam, we are almost convinced has ADD or ADHD.
He's got something.
So that will put him on the learning disability line.
Yeah.
So he will be eligible for extra help. He doesn't need it. He's perfectly fine. He just can't focus. He just needs medication. He just needs Voomies. So like I don't have to fight for this. Like I don't need, like, you know what I mean? It's not, but my kids are in public school. My son is in a school that reached its max this year at 1,700 students, which it honestly should have reached its max 2 years ago when it was sitting at 1,300. So there's like 10 grade 7 classes. There's like 8 grade 9 classes. There's like, it's insane. Like the amount of classrooms, and there's 41 students per class.
It's fucked.
And they expect teachers to do this all on their own. It's not.
It's impossible.
Anyway, that's my rant. That's the information I got. I'm not happy about it. I was sitting down talking to an office. There's a lady I know. She works in one of the offices here. And she was in tears. Like, and it's not even for her. Like, her job is, her salary won't be affected. Like, there's a lot of the back office stuff that their wages won't be touched.
Once they come for one of them, they're gonna come for all of them.
She said the point, that's not the point, is that we need to stand together, because if we don't stand together, they're not going to hear us. Yeah. So the only way it's going to be heard is if we all scream. So they're all banning, and like the Catholic board and the public board are 2 different unions, and they've come together for a strike is what they're doing. So they're combining it and going, we need to do something about this. So they're on a 30-day suspension. They are not allowed to strike for 30 days. In 30 days, they put in their vote again, where they say, yes, we want to strike. And then it goes back to, but I think from what I could be wrong. So I should have probably looked into it, but I'm thinking they're only allowed to use the loophole once. I don't know if they can continuously use it. I don't know if they can continuously force them back to work. But I think the next step is if anybody forces them back, it will have to be the government that does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the labor board can do it again, but I think it would have to be the government. Now, they're not done. And she's like, they are not done. It is not over. Their voices will be heard, and it's going to happen. But the problem that they don't understand is that if they don't meet them, they're going to lose them all.
Yeah.
They're going to walk. I would not go to work, and this is going to sound very fucking privileged of me. I would not go to work to deal with somebody else's kids 5 days a week for $20 an hour.
Oh my God.
Fuck no. I won't even deal with my kids 5 days a week for $20 an hour.
You got to be a special kind of person to be able to deal with kids all day.
You do. And just so as a reminder, October 15th, the teachers are up next.
Yeah. But see, if they walk, that's just what the government wants them to do. They want chaos in schools and complete disarray, so they can point to charter schools and say, oh, well, if this isn't working, that'll work.
And here's the thing. Like, I understand the importance of private schools in America. I do. Like, I see the difference between the public and the private schools in America. Like, I do see that difference. I think it's bullshit.
That's only because there's no funding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know. But like, we're not that. Like, we need, every child deserves the same education. And I will not send my kid to a private school. I will not have private school children.
No.
I've met those kids.
The only real way out of it is to get the conservatives out, which we're in Alberta.
Yeah. Alberta.
Yeah.
I guess we got to move. Anyway.
Canada's Texas.
Okay, scroll. That was my 10-minute. I'm not coming back to that anymore.
For today.
I can't. I'm like, I get way too upset about it.
Food. Extra food.
Landlord was here today.
Get your lease.
Got my information that I needed from him. It is sent over, so we will know more in the next couple days about Kangaroo Guys. And if we do get him, we will introduce him. I can't introduce the other two. I can't because Joey's a tyrant and Puss is an asshole.
Puss just doesn't give a fuck. He runs his own ship.
This is Puss's ship.
Yeah, the whole fucking place. This was a comment on TikTok. Regarding what video was this? This is how I got diagnosed. I thought I had... Right.
An eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she always forgot to eat, but it turns out she just had ADD.
Yeah.
Thought I had an ED my whole life until I was finally was willing to go to an eating clinic, and then nope, just ADD. ADHD.
Guys, I'm telling you, it's absolutely wild to like... It's crazy. I literally worked with Lacey last week, and I went into work at like 10 o'clock, I think it was, and I ate like before, and then literally 7 o'clock rolled around. I'm like walking out the door, got in the Jeep, and I was like, oh, I feel dizzy.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I haven't eaten all day.
And it just goes to show how many people
yeah.
are fighting with this and don't even realize they have it.
Yeah.
They just think it's normal.
See, another TikTok comment from Not Relevant Yet. Yes, and it's so hard with kids because if I don't watch the clock, meal times can pass. Pair that with time blindness. I had to set alarms when my kids were little. Same thing.
I still do this. Mine are teenagers. So.
What, the alarms?
Yes.
Yeah, we had to do that when we come up with the... We had to do that when we come up with that meal plan.
Selena says, I was like that on Vyvanse, and my son was as well. Vyvanse is also used for binge eating disorders, so there's that.
That still weirds me out how one medication is used for one thing can be used for something else. Like the side effect is a feature. That's weird to me.
It's like antipsychotics.
Yeah.
We've been through this.
The doctor prescribing you antipsycho meds.
Yeah.
Thanks for your comments, Selena.
This one's from Sarah again. This is from another episode she caught up on. This is the latest one, I think. I don't fucking know. I don't remember what this one's from. Guess we'll read it and find out. My God, I think I zoomed in too far. I fucking love you. Love you guys. Cannot stress that enough. I mean, I listen to the pod while I'm driving places, and I'm like something special. They're talking to ye like I'm in the room with you. Or screaming at the windshield while smacking the steering wheel. In agreement with something Caitlin has said that's relatable. Or smiling like a total nerd until my cheeks hurt because you both kill me with humor. But then I go and watch it on YouTube, and it's even better. Because then I get to see the facial expressions and shit, and it's just, mwah, chef's kiss. P.S. I have to go back and leave my comments on every episode because my ADHD ass always gets so caught up in each one that I almost need to do a video response because I've got so much to respond to each one. So be prepared in Scar's single-song voice. That's what we're trying to do. That's why I fucking Jim Halpert the camera so much. We want you to feel like you're in the room with us. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your comments, Sarah. And last one from YouTube. Spicy Samantha 23 says, I can relate to the late night projects. I've woken up in the middle of the night to pee. As I was sat on the toilet, I seen something wasted on my sink, cleaned it up. 2 hours later, my bathtub, toilet, floors, and cabinet were cleaned. And my husband didn't notice a fucking thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Love the podcast, guys. Thanks, Sammy.
The late night projects are like... Yeah, those are my favorite, actually. I love it.
Not my favorite.
I always look... Well, no, I look forward to it when you have a gig. Because, like...
To give you something to...
It gives me something to do while I'm, like, waiting for you to get home like a lost puppy dog. I don't know when that fucking started. Because there was, like, a point where, like, when we first got together, like, we had to go to bed together at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then all my mental health shit started happening. And so I couldn't go to bed with you at the same time. You literally had to come downstairs until I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I went away for like 9 days for work. And I fucking didn't sleep the whole time I was gone. And then it just changed into now you have to be in the bed next to me. It doesn't matter.
You know what happened? Is like when we got together. Yeah, well, we loved each other very quickly.
Yeah.
But we love each other more every day. And the more you love me, the more you miss me, and the more you want me around.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Is that where we're going?
That's what I'm calling it.
Okay. Sure. Let's call it that.
Well, that's it for comments. Thank you to everybody who commented and shared and liked the post. We're up.
Did you miss you missed Tim's comment, did you?
Who's Tim?
Tim Foster.
Did he comment?
He did. He left a comment.
Oh,
I figured you would have caught it.
No, I didn't see it.
I can't remember. I think it was on Instagram. I think. Anyway, he was like, Caitlin looks really good in this episode. Hubba hubba. It's like, thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim,
Are you
buddy.
trying to tell me I look like shit in the rest of them? But thanks.
She did look really good in the last one. I said it about 1,000 times.
Anyway, I can't believe you didn't see it.
No, I missed that. I'm going to have to look for it after. I didn't see that
I
one.
think it was on Instagram. I'm not sure.
It
I
must
can't
have
remember.
been on the Okay, so hear me out account.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go look for it after.
Yeah. Hubba hubba.
Nothing for me, Tim? Why
No.
wear this for you? That's fine.
No. Anyway, so yeah, guys, here we are.
Episode 12.
Episode 12, 1 week away from Caitlin starting school.
You started school.
No. Okay.
Today was your first day.
No, it wasn't school, babe. It wasn't. It was her
What
literally
the fuck was it?
walking us through how to use the website.
Orientation.
Yeah.
Orientation for school.
Okay. So when you do orientation for work,
I get paid. That's work.
you start that day.
Yeah, that's a paid
the
day.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
If I'm getting paid, it's work. What are you doing? No, you can't. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're good. Maybe you did turn it off.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I did turn it off.
You did turn it off.
Okay, so 4 days ago, I got an email, and it was like, or it wasn't even, it was on Friday. This is your onboarding email. This is how you set up your student email. This is how you set up your everything else, yada, yada, yada. You will have orientation on one of these 3 days. Please pick your date and time. Email us back. Let us know. Before orientation, you need to watch this video on YouTube.
How long was the video?
30 minutes, 33 minutes.
How cringy was the video?
It wasn't. It was a PowerPoint presentation and somebody talking through the PowerPoint presentation of how to. Well, it was interesting in the fact of like, because it shows you how you get your textbooks and how you do your course and yada, yada, yada.
So this was more about school in general, not your actual
Yes.
course. Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
So I signed into the Zoom meeting for 6 p.m. today.
Did it work?
The exact same fucking video, but she's explaining the video. 33 minutes.
So why did they tell you to watch it beforehand?
So they tell you to watch it beforehand so that if you have any questions, you can ask live in the Zoom meeting.
I see.
So anyway, she was like, if you don't have any questions and you feel like whatever, you can leave the meeting. Click. Peace. So here's the really stupid shit that I don't agree with. I asked one question, and my question was so the first week of school, you do like a prerequisite course called Becoming a Master Student. So it helps you it gives you the tools and all that kind of stuff of how to transition back into being a student.
Yep. Because you've been in
So
school.
we get online students get early access to this course September 26th, so being Thursday. So you get an extra 5 days. The course needs to be finished by October 7th. So I asked, if I finish this course early, will my next course open up? No. You still have to wait. I'm like, okay. So is it like that with every course? Yes. Because it's broken down for the week. My ADHD can probably have this entire fucking school thing done by December.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
But I'm going to be sitting there twiddling my thumbs in between weeks. But anyways, super excited. I was really just excited to be able to set up my email and all that kind of stuff.
This is real now.
Yeah, I was very overwhelmed, which you know.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a mental breakdown 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. Just kind of
Nerve.
Well, not only that, it's, the ADHD and my OCD and everything coming into play of trying to figure out how I'm going to balance everything, because I normally do everything. I do it all because I can. Like, I work 3 days a week, from like 8 till 6, some days from like 10 till 4, like, you know what I mean? So I'm able to do all of these things on my time, but now it's no longer my time. It's school's time. So I don't have the free time because I'm still going to be working.
Yeah.
So my 4 days off, I have to get 22 hours worth of schoolwork done in 4 days to keep up with it. So I'm like, and it was yesterday because I was meal prepping. So I literally got up yesterday at 9:30, and the first time I sat down was 8 o'clock last night.
Yeah, you didn't stop.
Those are Sundays for me.
Yeah.
Church, meal prep, gym, get the house cleaned, do laundry, and then supper, and then that's it. Those are my Sundays. But now, Sundays are one of my days off, so I have to be dedicated to the laptop. That's a school day for me from 8 till 4.
Yeah.
So it's like my brain is now going to have to try and figure out how's
this other stuff going to get done?
Yes. So I had a bit of a mental breakdown, and I've been a little mean to the children. It's honestly because if I'm not mean to them, I'm mean to you, but it's easier to hurt their feelings than it is to hurt yours.
That doesn't sound right.
It is, because they get over it quicker. You don't.
I get over it.
No, if I hurt
if
I hurt your feelings, you're done for the day. It ruins your day. If I start my day by hurting your feelings because I'm like losing my shit and I'm having a mental breakdown, you're on the couch playing video games all day. You're not going anywhere.
But I know it's not on purpose.
I know, but it still destroys you because you have a bigger heart than those two fucks upstairs. One's a hormonal teenage girl who is like thinks I'm wrong about everything, could care fucking less, and the other one's a 13-year-old boy who doesn't fucking get anything.
Yeah.
He's still but he's still the angel. Like, it still blows my mind that he's the good one.
Yeah,
like,
it turned out
but
different
what
than I thought it would.
pissed me off, this is where my meanness towards the children came, was because my mother was here to visit for the weekend.
Yeah.
And all weekend, I got, Mom, do you need anything? Mom, can I do anything? Mom, do you need help with anything? The moment that woman walked out the door Saturday night, they stopped doing anything. I was picking up after them. I was doing their dishes. Their rooms got destroyed, which their bedrooms I don't even fucking care about anymore. They know the rules. Keep your doors closed, out of sight, out of mind, don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't care anymore. I can't. You guys want to be disgusting teenagers? Go ahead, but you're not going to do it. And your space is your space, but don't bring your shit into my space.
Yeah, keep your
and
space
the house is my space.
Yeah.
That's where I am. I am out there, and especially now because that's where I'm going to be doing my schooling. Don't bring your shit out there. But the moment my mother left, and the whole time my mom's here, she's like, I don't understand what you're complaining about. These kids are so good.
Yeah.
Leia is so good to you. Look at how good she's being. You said you weren't feeling well, so she went and ran you a bath. And I was like, because you're here.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's because you're here, so that when I do complain, you'll go, yeah, but look at how good she was.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's very smart. So that's where it started. And then while I'm in it, when I'm doing the meal prep and I'm doing laundry and I'm doing everything to get everything done, don't fucking talk to me. Don't ask me questions. I'm in the zone.
Yep.
And I can't I have severe ADHD, guys. I can't break my concentration.
The moment somebody asks you something and you got to focus on them, you're lost.
I'm lost, and I have no idea what step I'm in the meal prep. Yep. And I'm I have it down to the minute, to a science of how I do this meal prep. I have to prep us 6 or I do 5, you do 6 meals a day for 3 days.
Yep.
How many meals is that?
A lot.
11 meals per day for 33 meals I have to prep.
Yeah. I
do it in 2 hours. That's really good timing.
Insane.
Really good timing, but I have it to a science.
Yeah.
While I'm in the middle of doing this, and my kids have chores, guys. Call me a fucking mean, evil step monster. I don't care. My kids have chores. They have to clean their own bathroom. They have to clean their rooms every Sunday. One dusts, the other one sweeps and mops.
It's not hard.
It's really not a lot to do.
Trying to build
Mom,
some
what do you want me to do for
responsibility.
chores today? they've been doing the same chores for 4 years.
Yeah.
Mom, what do you need me to do today? Mom, what do you need me to do today?
I'll give you one guess. It's the same as it was last week.
Mom, can I do this? Mom, can I do this? Meanwhile, this fucking asshole is sitting on the couch playing video games and not one of them ask you anything.
Don't ask me nothing.
And I'm in the middle of it. So I broke.
Yeah.
And I told them both to fuck off. It wasn't my best moment. Not gonna lie. It was not my best moment. But it was a moment, because here's the thing, guys, we're moms and we're allowed to have moments.
Yeah.
We're allowed to break. We don't have to be like this gentle parenting shit. I've tried it. It really doesn't work. So not when the kids are this old. It just doesn't work. I love those kids and I have loved them from day one like they are my own.
Yep.
I just so everybody is aware, do not parent children of my own. I don't have kids of my own. And I came into this fucking full bore.
I warned you.
Overnight,
Yep.
became a fiance and a stepmom.
You went from an addict,
drug dealer
to a mom overnight.
And I don't mean like the kids were like visiting. That we went to week on, week off the moment I came into the picture, because you wanted to spend more time with the kids but didn't know how to have that conversation. So I had it for you.
Yeah.
I came in and just took over because I wanted you to be able to have more of a relationship with the kids, and they wanted to have more of a relationship with you. And we just needed to make it possible. So we did.
Yeah.
And I went from, while getting sober, became a mom. So I wake up every single day of my life and choose those children. But yesterday I chose not to. On God's day, I was like, I cannot. Sam literally looked at me and he was like, I'm just going to go back to my room. And I was like, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I just like don't understand. I don't like, and people always say, you know what it was like, Caitlin, you were a teenager? I wasn't that teenager. Yeah. I had a very complicated relationship with my parents young. But after the divorce with my mom, it was just my mom and I. So the communication became very open. Yeah. I told my mom everything. Grade 9 was probably my worst year, where I was a complete piece of shit and got in a lot of trouble the summer after grade 9. Then grade 10 hit and I was able to talk to her and have conversations with her, and not like, it was just different when dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it became, I was never like I just wasn't like, I don't understand well, you're a teenager, you go through it. I didn't. I wasn't that kid.
I know. It's weird because we were shitty teenagers in our own right, and I thought the kids were going to be, I thought I would understand the teenagers that they would turn into, and
they're not, like, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, I think for me, it is the lack of respect. Because now, in saying that,
I think that's
the trauma that comes with the respect that I give my parents is unmatched. So there's, you know what I mean? Like, It was very, like, it was driven into you to respect your parents.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And it's not just our kids, it's kids in general now. Like, their whole generation are just fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Like, normalize it. Normalize calling kids assholes, because they are.
Kids are assholes.
Teenagers are dicks. Like, they are dicks. And I have 2 of them living in my house who are destroying me mentally every day.
The biggest disconnect with Leia is that when I was her age, I was my own person. I didn't follow other people. I stepped out of class at a protest because we were reading Catcher in the Rye, and I didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Leia is the kind of person.
What's Catcher in the Rye about again?
Some fucking idiot kid that like kills fucking animals and shit. I don't know. It's a stupid book. It wasn't even that big a deal. Anyway, but like, I stood up for shit.
Yes.
And Leia is the kind of person.
Leia sits down for everything.
Yeah. She's I don't want to say chameleon, but
she
turns into whoever she's around.
She molds in because she doesn't know how to be her own person. Now, Leia has battled since hitting high school.
Yeah.
Because before grade 6 and like grade 7, girl was on it. Like she was like on it. She was who she was. She was very sure of it. There was no questions asked, had no apologies.
Yeah.
Grade 8 hit, and it was the group that she surrounded herself with, and she just now battles and struggles with, if she says no, people aren't going to like her.
And I don't get
if
that
she
at all.
doesn't do it, people won't like her. And I get, yeah, but you remember that as a teenager? Fuck no, I don't. All of the people in my grade were doing the fucking sleepathons on ecstasy.
Yeah.
I was like up all night with them, doing my thing. I didn't do drugs until I moved to Calgary. I didn't touch them until I was 18 years old. I smoked weed a couple of times, hated it, greened out, made myself sick. Like, I didn't do anything that everybody else was doing because I was my own person. I marched to the beat of my own drum. And that is where I have a hard time, because her life revolves around what other people think, what her friends think. She doesn't care about people she doesn't know, but it's what her friends think.
So she cares about what we.
No, it's literally her core 3 friends that she's worried about. And if she isn't swearing, dropping F-bombs, calling people bitches around them mid-conversation, sneaking around and doing shit, they won't like her. She's got one friend out of the 3 who I love to death, because that is the one friend that will support Leia in whatever she does, and knows that and her parents are the same as us, so they're very like, there's rules you have to follow. If you don't follow them, then you don't get to go anywhere. And if I tell you to do something while you're out and I come home and it's not done, you're coming the fuck home to do it. I don't care. They have more structure, and so whenever Leia's like, can I go with here? Can I go with there? Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
You're a little more lenient with that one.
Yeah, but it's, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying the other 2 are bad. It's just they have their ways of doing things, and Leia wants them to love her, and their love is conditional.
That scares the shit out of me.
I've had this conversation with her because what scares me the most is future relationships and what she will do to be loved.
See, fucking like...
That's why she's not allowed to date.
Yeah.
And I've put an end to it. She was just recently dating a guy who was purposely treating her like shit, and I put an end to it and said, if I find out you are talking to him, I will take your phone, I will take your everything. I will take everything. You do not get to talk to him anymore.
She doesn't have it in her to stand up for herself.
No, because she's afraid of what people will think of her.
But, that's what my other marriage was like. So, and she saw that the whole time. So, I don't know where that disconnect is, like how she could watch me do it and act like a fucking, not stand up for myself, and her not be like, never doing that. How instead she's doing the same fucking thing. That scares the shit out of me. So maybe she is more like me than I thought. Think so?
100%.
Well, it's at least a little bit up, both of us.
Yeah, because her does not give up on people and constantly believes the good in people, and that's where and unfortunately that gets you into situations.
That's a really good quality to have until it's not.
Yeah. I believe in the good in people until you show me the bad, and then that's it. Then you're gone.
You get 1.
You get like 0.75.
Maybe 2 if we like you.
No, you don't even get 2.
We gave 2 to one person.
Ew. I thought we gave her 1.
I think it was 2.
No, it was 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was just a really long. She did really good, and it was a long period.
I'm pretty sure it was 2.
I'm thinking of.
How many we give her?
Like 7. So
it's rare. I have to honk the shit out of all of those.
I've listen. Here's the thing: is
don't fuck around.
You never stop learning, right? And I want my kids to continuously learn, but she just doesn't. Like, she just refuses to listen. So at this point, I'm like, it's up to you now. Like, make your mistakes, learn your lessons, but I can't I can't beat it into you,
I
right?
know, and I mean,
so
like, teenagers have to make their own mistakes, and they got to like learn from their own shit, trip and fall, and pick
and
themselves up.
she always looks at me, she's like, Mom, I don't get it. Like, how do you just not care? And I'm like, it's not that I don't care. I just choose what I care about.
Yeah.
I am very...
Some people don't deserve your care.
No. A lot of people don't.
Which is, as a Christian, that is hard to navigate because you're supposed to be like, turn the other cheek and forgive 1,000,000 times. But
I will forgive 100 million times, and I have forgiven every single person who has wronged me and who has hurt me. I have forgiven. I have admitted my wrongs, and I have said, I know. Again, I'll go back into it. I know where I've been the villain.
yeah,
I know why I've been the villain, and there have been times where I became the villain when I shouldn't have. I've admitted it, and I have forgiven all of the things. I will forgive 100 million times, but I will not forget.
yeah, that's the thing.
I do not forgive and forget. I will forgive you.
We can forgive you, but you don't
I won't
have
forget
to.
what you did.
Yeah, you don't have to be around.
Yeah, I don't need to have you in my life anymore. I forgive you for what you did, and I forgive the hurt that it caused, and thank you for teaching me a lesson. But I will never forget that lesson you taught me.
Yeah.
And I will never forget what you've done. And I'm sure I've been that person to other people. And I'm okay with that. I understand that because nobody's perfect. We're human. We're allowed to make mistakes.
We've made our share.
And I've made my fair share of mistakes in my life. I've been very vindictive. I've been very petty, and I've been very condescending to a lot of people. But I can admit that, right? So, and I'm sure I've done it to the point that people will never forgive me, but that's on them. That's on their heart, and that's up to them. For me, I know that I've taken the proper steps as a Christian to do what God wants me to do. Yeah. God doesn't want you to continuously let people in your life to hurt you.
No, that's stupid.
God would never, ever look at you and say, that person has hurt you 18 times, forgive them again and let them back in. No, that's not how it works. Yeah. You forgive and you move on. And I will never completely say no if something tragic were to happen to one of those people and I was their first call and they said, like, this just happened to me, I'd be there because that's who I am. And I know that now it would have to be a pretty big tragedy. I'm just saying, like, if you get in a car accident, you walk away from it, don't call me.
Yeah.
But, you know,
call your insurance company.
Call your insurance company. Don't call me. I'm not Allstate. I'm not here for you. So you know what I mean? But and you know that. And you pick up the phone and you say, I need you. I can be there, but I know how to do it from a distance.
Yeah.
I can be there for you from a distance. I can be your friend from a distance. I know how to do that now. I didn't for a really, really long time.
It's a hard skill to learn.
And it is very hard, but I've learned and I'm very good at it now. I know how to keep people at arm's length, and I will continue to do so. I don't allow them into my circle. My circle has gotten smaller and smaller the older I get. And I'm positive that, like 100,000 times positive, that this is a circle I will keep for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
These are my lifers now. I have my lifers, and that's all I need. I don't need any more. I don't need any less. This is what I need.
Yeah.
And God has made that path for me, and He's shown me that in many ways.
He showed you when to let go to certain people. Yep. I've heard, and you know, when you're fucking married, you're not supposed to get divorced. But I heard an audible voice from God say, okay, it's time to let go.
Yeah.
And when He knows there's nothing else you can do and it's time to move on, He will let you move on.
God doesn't want you to be unhappy.
No.
Right? And I don't think, and I understand that, like, here's the thing. It costs a lot more to get divorced than it does to get married.
Oh my God.
Okay? You know that. I seen it. It does. It's expensive. But here's the thing. Okay? You tried. And you fought for a really long time.
Yeah.
A lot longer than you should have.
Yeah.
And if it was not for me, you probably would have fought longer.
Probably.
You would have held on a lot longer.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I'm the same way. I held on to relationships that I should not have held on to for longer than I should have, because, you know, you want to fight. You love somebody. You kind of want to, you know, but God doesn't want you to be unhappy. God wants you to be happy. God wants you to be joyous and full of love and not resentment and hate. And when you stay in situations where there's that.
How are you supposed to help other people if you're fucking stuck?
You can't.
You can't do it.
Like, you can't. Like, I would not be able to give relationship advice if I'm in an abusive relationship. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I was in 4 of them. No, 3 of them were relationships. One of them was a situation. And I don't really know who was more. I was very verbally abusive. Anyway.
I would never say that.
But, you know, like, I put myself, and I can say that with confidence, I put myself in those relationships because that's what I felt I deserved at the time, because I, you know, was going through it, right? So I knew what I was getting myself into, and wanted to help and wanted to fix them. And while in those relationships, I was giving advice to girlfriends of mine that I had no business giving advice to.
Yeah.
Look, I'm literally sitting there with hand marks around my neck saying, you need to leave him. He's a piece of shit. While I'm sitting in his, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's now I'll give marriage advice left, right, and center, because what we have is solid. You and I have a very, very good relationship, and we work very well.
Yeah.
We don't fight, which is weird. Like, we bicker and we have disagreements, but we've learned how to do it without the yelling and the screaming.
Yeah.
And we've only really ever been in one fight.
Yeah.
And that was at the beginning when I walked out of the gym on you.
Yeah.
And it like
I didn't
lasted.
even know that was a fight.
It lasted 3 days. It was a fight.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It lasted 3 days. All because of fucking one stupid thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Do you remember what you said? Do you tell the people what you said?
We've talked about it before.
Tell the people what you said.
I almost feel bad.
Not almost.
I feel
bad for her.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking. Anyway, rage. Anyway, guys. Yeah. So that's our. I don't know what just happened there. I don't know where we went. Anyway.
We go wherever it goes.
Yeah. So.
When does school officially start? Orientation was today.
So Thursday I have early access.
Normally your class would be Monday.
Yeah, but it's also a holiday.
Is
September 30th is it's the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and then so Tuesday, technically school starts.
But they're giving it to you
But
Thursday.
they're giving it to me Thursday, so I'll have it done by Monday.
I'll have it done by Friday for sure.
I'll have it done Monday. I'll have it done Monday. They say it takes 5 days to do the course, so I'll do it in 3.
Okay.
Pop my Vyvanse, sit down, put my earplugs in,
and just go.
Fucking go.
Yep.
Yeah. Really excited. Super stoked. I'll keep you guys posted, let you know how it's going along the way. I think that's it.
Talk about Riley Rue's surgery?
Yeah, it went well. She
Went
was
well
strong.
for her. Didn't go well for you.
It didn't go well for me at all. No, and it's, you know what, Lacey? I love you so much because she knew. Like, she knew.
Yeah.
I brought her in. I'm getting emotional now just thinking about having to drop her off at the vet. It was like the saddest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And like, I literally brought her in and we were like in the room, we were like playing with the vet tech and we were like having so much fun. And then the vet tech was like, okay, it's time. And just picked her up and was like, hey, bye, Mom. And Riley like looked back and she just started shaking because she was being taken away from me.
Yeah.
So we've learned that dogs have no concept of time. So dog years, 1 year to dogs is 7. So they work it out that 1 hour is 7.
Yeah.
My dog was at the vet for 8 hours. It was like 56 hours to her. So almost 3 days.
Yeah.
She felt like she was without me. Guys, she was mad at me.
Oh, she was so pissed.
When we went to go pick her up.
I didn't know dogs could have that much of a personality. I didn't know animals could have that much of a personality at all, but she was fucking pissed.
I went to go pick her up. Leia came in with me. The vet brings her out. And at first, in her grogginess, she was like, Mom, and I'm not even kidding you, I watched it come over her face where she was like, wait. And then I had her in my arms like this, and she was like this.
What did you do to me, you bitch?
And she was like this the whole time. And I was like, Riley, like, hi, baby. And she was like this, and then she started pawing towards Leia. And I was like, oh my God. And then, the ride home.
A fucking diva.
The ride home, she sat with Maddie in the back seat. And then when we got home, I got the girls to sit on the couch with her until I was like, I got everything done because I did make sure everything was settled so I could actually sit with her. And I sat, she was all wrapped up in her big knotted blanket and she was like asleep. And I sat on the couch and she was and scooched. And I was like, it took her probably like 4 hours to not be mad at me anymore. I was like, you know what? I love you too, buddy. Anyway, but then that night, she came around and she was like,
She was fucking doped up for
she was so groggy.
a day.
Yeah, she was in rough shape. And then the day after was pretty bad too. She just kind of slept and just chilled. But day 3, she was back to her normal self.
Jumping around. Fucking.
Yeah.
Riley, you're going to rip your stitches.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sent a picture of her incision to the vet today because they did a check-in. I said it's fine because it just looked a little swollen to me, but that's normal.
Yeah.
They just said to try and avoid her running and jumping, and I'm like, well,
fucking good luck.
you met my dog?
You might have to tie her down.
Because she has ADHD.
Yeah, you got the only dog that has the same fucking ailments you've got.
It's just the same as me.
How the fuck does that work?
So, but anyway, so it went well. Anyway, so I literally was walking out of the vet and Lacey texted me and said, she's going to be okay, you know? And I was crying. And I called you and you answered the phone. You went, hello. And I was like, she's going to be okay, right? Because, like, guys, like, this is my child. Like, this is mine. And it's your mama's baby. And, like, my thing with dogs is that they can't communicate. So you have to spend all day learning them and their tells to know when something's wrong and when something's not right, because she can't communicate and tell me when something's not right.
So you gotta read her
and
body
she's
language.
all I got. Like, I'm all she's got.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I'm her only. Like, if this doesn't work out in this house, it's me and her on the street. Like, that's it. Like, I can't, like, I would not be, like, you know what I mean? You can't give up on a dog.
They're not going to let you sleep in the kennel at the SPCA.
Right? It would never happen. I cannot. I'm literally physically, like, I'm starting to get, like, a knot in my throat thinking about having to give her to somebody else. Like, I would never do it. It would never happen.
Anywhere, babe.
But that's how I was at the vet. Like, I was, like, worst case. But again, that's, like, ADHD, right? So you're like, worst case scenario pops up in your head, like, what if something happens to her? And then they were like, so if something happens, do you want us to, like, resuscitate? And I was like, bitch, if she needs a kidney, you better give her yours. Like, I better fucking walk in and the vet better be knocked out on the table.
Yeah. We had some complications.
Yeah. If she needs a blood transfusion, you better be fucking tapping every animal in that back room to fucking fix her. Because I don't care how much it costs.
Yeah.
Like, this dog, that's it. That's what insurance is for. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Anyway, but she's good. She's all back to her Riley Rue self, and she's doing good.
How many days in?
It's only day 4.
She's going quick.
Yeah, she's 12.5 pounds. They figure she'll probably only gain about another 6.
Oh,
so,
my.
Yeah, that's not a lot, babe.
It is when you're sleeping with her and I'm on the end seam.
My sister's dog is 39 pounds.
She kicks
and they're the same age.
Kicks me off the bed, pushes it into me because I'm hot as fuck.
Yeah, she loves your warmth.
She loves the warmth. So she keeps getting into me, pushing me off. So I sleep on the end. We got a fucking California king, and I sleep on the end seam. How the fuck does that work? I haven't cuddled you since the mid-90s because the dog won't let it happen. Every time we put her on your other side and I try to spoon you, she jumps in between. No.
She wiggles her way down to her feet, and then she comes back up, and then she crawls over my hip, and then she goes down in between my lower back and your stomach, and she goes like this.
Little bitch.
And she wiggles away, and she goes, not happening. Because my side of the bed is cold, because I have the fan pointed on mine.
Right.
And like, there's been a couple times you've put her behind you and she's been fine. Because as long as she can feel, I think as long as it's more she can feel your heat, then she's okay. Anyway.
Nerd.
Yeah.
All right, what's your grievance? I guess it's grievance time. Grievance o'clock.
The tradition begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it.
Good. The strike?
You don't want to grieve the kids anymore?
No, I think I've covered it all.
You got
I'm
nothing?
tired.
Okay.
Do you have one? Oh. Are you going to talk about wedding? Oh.
I'm going to talk about this giant pink lighthouse that's been sitting on the fucking middle of the camera all fucking night.
You can't use this because that's my mental health.
I'm using it.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to explain what the fuck we're looking at?
It's your grievance.
Didn't you talk about this last week? I don't remember if we did.
We did.
How,
I ordered 2 cups by accident.
This was Lacey's birthday present.
Yeah, so now we're matching.
And then she accidentally got 2. Accidentally, she says. I'm not convinced. It's probably 6 more up in the fucking pantry. I accidentally got 2. So what are you going to do with the other ones?
I rotate some.
Oh my God, I'm going to rotate you. Right
Please
at the
do.
door. So that's my grievance. Fucking Pinky in the brain here. Pinky and the brain.
Hey.
All right. I guess that's as far as she goes. Episode 12, Baker's Dozen, -1.
We did it.
In the pot.
We did it.
Like, share, subscribe, donate, bitches.
We're going to have a new podcast studio next week. It's going to look all different.
Sort of. My table's not going to be here yet, but the chairs will be here. So I'll turn this so I have the laptop on it.
When does your table get here?
The 8th. So the woo.
The Tuesday.
The episode after that or the one after that will have the other table. So we'll just have to keep this. I'll stick it over there and just move it over here for the episode. Not a big deal.
I don't want it to be in the camera.
Nope. I'll figure it out.
Once those chairs come, that's it.
Chairs get here. They'll be here next episode.
Yeah.
For episode 13
of Okay, so hear me out.
So hear me out. Thanks for hearing me out.
Thanks for hearing me out, guys. Love ya.
Is that it? Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.